So you're going live now.
All right.
Is it live now? Or is it live in 10 seconds?
Yes,
1
we are
minute?
live now. So welcome
Oh,
everybody.
okay.
We are live here with AMA with Paprprintr Finance, an amazing project that I
Hi.
was invited to talk with these guys, and we have Axel here. That's right.
Hi, Lex. Nice my
Lex.
studio, but
Yeah, go with Lex.
Axel. Can call me whatever you want.
Yeah, so he's doing a AMA straight from the streets. Can you tell?
Yeah,
Can you tell where are you?
I'm
Not
in
really.
France,
In
basically.
France, nice.
I'm in France. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm in the street, and I decided to do this AMA because you told me it was video. So instead of staying in front of my computer like a geek will do, I decided to go out a bit and do some random walking around.
Nice.
It's funny. I like it. I enjoy it.
Cool. It seems like to be a very hot, sunny day there. It seems the nice weather.
No, not hot. It's sunny, but it's not hot. It's like 1 degree Celsius for
Oh,
the non Celsius users. It's like cold.
all right. And we also have
Yeah.
Mayor here. Can I call you that?
Yeah, Major Raw Dog's my full name. You can go with Major if you want. That's fine.
Okay. It's really a pleasure to have you here since you've been one of my channel subscribers since I used to do
Yeah.
some listing on Binance. So it's a pleasure to be again with you here.
No, the pleasure's all ours. Thank you for hosting us. And honestly, I wanted to say that it's been really nice. You were one of the first people that I got to know in crypto at all when I first got in. So you were always really generous and really nice. And I'm so happy that we're able to come back with a project to do an AMA here. It's awesome.
Well, great. So you started working with this amazing project, which is called Paprprintr Finance. It's a complete DeFi ecosystem that the biggest goal or aim is to create a very intelligent and how can I say, very strong stablecoin that can be used on a real world case. Is that right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lex. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. So maybe I can give a bit more detail about the team members before. So
Sure.
yeah, as I said, I'm Lex,
Yeah.
and Major is with me. But we are the core team is made up of 5 members, which are made of me. So I'm co-founder with Hash, who is the Solidity developer. Major helps us managing the whole project, and we also have Blue Dev, who is the front end developer, the web dev, and Jack Jux, who is handling more marketing stuff, everything. So yeah, I'm doing a bit of everything. So I do marketing, I do a bit of design when I can, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, we decided to make Paprprintr because we experienced DeFi starting in January, and having experienced other stablecoins in the past under the name, maybe some of you will know, $, we were disappointed with our experience, so we decided to make our very own stablecoin. So yeah, do you want me to explain?
Well, I want to say something quick. So Lex is being very casual. He says we made Paprprintr. Hash and Lex, the founders, they together invented the only seniorage-based algorithmic stablecoin in the. So that's like a unicorn that a lot of projects have chased, and they've all failed because they lose peg. And Lex and Hash are the only people in the world to make a successful version of it, and it's on 3 chains and it's never lost peg. So that's like no small feat. So I just want everybody to understand the gravity of that.
Yeah. So if you want me to explain a bit more the principle of this stablecoin, the principle is very simple. So the name is Paprprintr, and basically the paper is the stablecoin, and the purpose is it to be as close as possible to $1. Plain. And then you have the printer, and what the printer does is that it prints paper. So let's say paper is over $1. What you will want is to inflate the price so it goes down. Basically, if paper is over $1, the printer will print paper, so there is more paper on the market, and the price goes down. This is basically what the central banks do every day when they print dollar or euro, for where I am. But what they miss, what they are not doing, is actually burning the surplus on the market, which we do. So basically what we do when the price of paper is under $1, we have mechanisms in place that help burning paper to try getting it back over $1. But this situation never happened because we managed to keep the price at over $1 and still have a quantity that allows us to maintain the price over $1 over time. It's a question of liquidity. It's a bit technical here, but basically this is how we manage to maintain the $1 peg.
Yeah, it's really sounds really interesting. I was reading some of the docs yesterday, and I was really interested to understand how all this works because it, like you say, it's very important for business for people to have a stable coin to, and with along with crypto advantage to use on real use case. So Mayor, I think he talked about. Some user case you guys already trying to implement right now. It seems to be how's it call it, a job.
Yeah, so
paper jobs.
Yeah, the first use case is called paper jobs, and it's going to be a DeFi based freelance system. And that's something that's really important. I want people to understand is our project, the underlying goal is to connect DeFi to the real world, because decentralized finance is like real freedom. There's no centralized anything that can control you or your money or lock you down. So we want to create things in DeFi that people can use in the real world. So that's kind of what it's all about. So Paper Jobs is the very first use case that does that. And it's a freelance website that we're going to be building out. And we have the whole backend with smart contracts. And essentially, Paper Jobs allows someone looking for, like, let's say a Solidity developer or a programmer wants to do a job for somebody. They can post their profile, and then employers can post the job that they need done, just like on Fiverr. And essentially, they come to an agreement. It gets locked into a smart contract. And then not only do they get the payment and it's agreed upon and it's done in DeFi and it's, they're getting paid, they're getting their real money, and it's not controlled. That's all the good stuff. But then on top of all that, ours is especially unique because when the money is in there, so let's say they contract for 7 days. And that's when the job has to be done. For that 7 days, that money's locked in escrow for the person developing the software, whoever's getting hired. Mm-hmm. It will gain interest and they will build money on top of their pay. So they'll get a bonus basically if they do their job on time and everything is done as scheduled and agreed upon. So, I mean, it's very unique. We're taking the advantages of DeFi and finance and we're using that to benefit people.
Well, it sounds really interesting. It really seems that we gonna see and need those kind of technology in the future, so I can go to my grocery store and pay with crypto. You guys also aiming for that kind of situation, maybe with a hard wallet, something like that?
Yeah, actually, at some point, I don't know about a hard wallet. We're working on that. There are a few players involved. There's a major exchange that we want to use for on-ramping. If people know our project, they can probably figure out who we're talking to. But they're basically what we want to do in the future. Our vision is we'll have an app at some point that'll have the whole ecosystem. It'll also have a way for you to purchase paper in the app, and then you can use paper to buy whatever you want, and the whole ecosystem will be in there. And I'm going to tease something right now. We are looking at another use case that's going to be huge, and it's real estate. And it's not just real estate NFTs. Everybody's heard about real estate NFTs. It's that, so you can purchase real estate, but we have a developer that's approached us that is interested in developing in the Los Angeles area. And he wants to create something called Paper Village, and then eventually build it up to something called Paper City, and then maybe even Paper Metro. But basically what it'll be in the ecosystem in real life, that people that live there, they can pay their rent in paper. And it'll be a discount if they do. They can pay in US dollar if they want. But if they pay in paper, they'll get a discount. So they can pay their rent, they can buy the property, and any facilities that are on the grounds. And this will be luxury areas for like high-end tech people. It'll be really nice condos, things like that. And with the stores that are in those buildings, like on the bottom level, they'll take paper also. You can buy a coffee with paper. You can buy your groceries with paper. You can go to the gym and pay your membership with paper. And we already have a developer he's ready to go. We just got to continue. It's going to be a big project. It'll take a year or two probably, but we're going to be trying to build that out and develop these relationships with the exchange, get listed, and get the on-ramping and get an app. So there's a big plan. And then when that happens, paper explodes. I promise you that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, because this is something really big here to have such a coin to be used on a real world and be able to buy a home with it. And yeah, I'm really imagine like how the future is gonna be, because that's really how there is no way coming back from crypto technology. So that's really something interesting to learn
Yeah.
and
And
see.
and that's the beauty of what Lex and Hash invented. I mean, they brought this into the world, and when I say seniorage-based algorithmic stablecoin, everybody's eyes glaze over. But what that means to the average person is this is money based on real demand, real supply and real demand in the world. So like the US dollar, they just keep printing it, and that's gonna catch up with us real soon, and it's gonna crash things. When the dollar's price goes down, I mean, paper, you don't lose that. If you own printer tokens, you will get more paper, and you will keep up with inflation and be compensated for it essentially. So I mean, it's real demand based.
Okay, can you share a little bit of your screen and show us a little bit of the website? I was really amazed on how you guys already implemented like 6 different blockchains. And yeah, so I was even checking myself how I can get into this before it explodes. So you're
Sure.
talking about the Phantom blockchain, and also the blockchain you guys implementing tomorrow, right? KCC, which is a KuCoin community chain, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Lex, you want to go ahead and talk about that? I have the
Exactly.
website up whenever I'm. All right, so
Yeah,
I've
sure.
got the website. Or go ahead.
So
Sorry.
basically you said 6 blockchains, but in reality it's 4. But yeah, we're aiming for as many blockchains
As possible. Yeah, I think he got cut.
Oh, sure. So yeah, so we're trying to launch on all the different EVMs basically right now. So all the Ethereum clones. So that's eventually Ethereum mainnet as well. But right now it's Binance Smart Chain. We have Polygon, and we have Phantom. That's where the ecosystem is already fully launched. Now there are other blockchains that we've already got vaults on. And then tomorrow, Sunday the 7th of November, 2021, we launch on KCC, which is exciting because we got a grant. We were approved for $500,000 in grant funding. And that's what we're launching on KCC with. We're going to have different tokenomics for printer. We love to experiment and try out and innovate new tokenomics for printer. But paper will be connected cross-chain. Basically what we do is we launch on a chain, and then we launch the ecosystem. So like tomorrow, for example, we launch on KCC. For a little while, because we have to let paper settle into real supply and demand, it'll pump for a little while and go high, and then it'll ease back down to peg with $1. And then when it gets there, then it stays there. And then once it gets there, we connect it to the rest of the ecosystem, and the whole ecosystem becomes more decentralized because it exists on so many different chains. And because it's connected, when there's demand on paper, all the printers print. So if you buy printer on any chain, you're good to go because you're always going to be connected and get demand.
Yeah, so all the chains gonna be connected, but the user has to choose one chain to start working with it, or how that's gonna be. I mean, you recommended me to buy on some Phantom. I saw really high APR there. It looks like really
Yeah.
really
Sorry.
yeah,
My,
yeah, really nice investment. Um,
Sorry about that. Lex, are you there?
I think so.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just give a little demo here.
Sure.
Scorpion.
yeah. Sorry. I'm
Well,
here, but just trying to find the.
sure. So
Try.
Scorpion, somebody in the audience said
Just
that
trying to find the right spot.
that my screen is small. Can you make
I
it
think it's going to
full
be good
screen
here.
possibly?
Can you hear me properly?
Yes, yes. Scorpion, can you
Yes.
make my full screen?
Sure. Just one second. That's
Thank
right.
you. Thank you,
Okay.
audience member. We appreciate you.
Okay.
Man.
Still not. Okay, that's better now.
Okay, cool. So this is the website for Phantom. So you can see up here we have the subdomain FTM. So this is specifically if you're dealing with the Phantom native tokens for our ecosystem. We have the home, of course. I mean, that has a lot of information here. You can look at the prices. You can look at all the different things TVL locked for that chain. We have an ape in. This is our zapper, so you can make LPs real quick and easy. And you can hit the ape button here because this is DeFi. We got apes. We got degens, apes, chads, all that good stuff. And then you can go on the buy button over here, and you can buy on Phantom. Our partner is Spirit Swap, so it'll take you to their website if you click that. You can look at the contract. So you can buy paper and printer here. If you buy printer, you can, well, also before I go too far, you can look down here. We got a lot of information. What is printer, how it works. We put a lot of work into making sure people can see all about our ecosystem, who we are, what we do, press
Yeah.
releases.
Yeah, I see a lot of development from the website. Like I saw your the website. I think that 3 months ago you showed me up,
Yeah,
and I think
it was
that
different.
a lot of work's been going on
Yeah,
there.
that's
It's really nice.
So thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we've been working hard, and we got great developers on front and back end. So we got the printing room. This is the most exciting part for a lot of people. So if you so tomorrow at launch, if you hurry, you can get printer at the launch price, which is $500. You can buy a smaller portion though. So let's say that you can only afford 0.1 printer. That's fine. Buy 0.1 printer. You can stake it in the printing room, and you'll still get money. But anyways, you buy printer, and then the day after, the printing room will launch on KCC, and you can go in here and you can stake it. You can see that the team does not stake their full amounts. In fact, I think I'm at 25%. We try to keep it low, and eventually we pull all of ours out and we don't stake anything because we want the community to get good APRs. So as long as there's a good APR here, then we'll have a little bit in there because that's how we pay ourselves and that's how we survive. But if it goes too low, community comes first, and we take our printers out. But you can see that there's epochs. Epoch is 6 hours. That's all epoch is. Every 6 hours,
Yes.
if you have printer staked, you will get a reward of paper. That's how that works. And the APR is down here. Here's the expansion rate. This is how much, I believe that's daily, right? That the paper supply will increase. Total weighted for the paper token here. So right now you can see it's at $2, and people are probably saying, wait a minute, I thought it was pegged to $1. That's what I was alluding to earlier, is that we are pegged to $1, but when we launch on a new chain, we have to go with real supply and demand. It's very important that we're pegged properly with supply and demand balanced. So in the beginning, we got to start high, let the demand come down, 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 down until it hits equilibrium of $1, and then we connect it to the rest of the ecosystem.
Well,
And that's what
that's the main idea behind it, right? So like
Yeah.
yesterday, I saw the swap. It was $1.5, and then suddenly I say, wow, it's $2 already. So I asked you guys. So this is because of the demand, right? So more people are buying the paper. So that's what happens. More people are
Yep.
buying the paper. So we have an inflation here. The price goes up, and then we have the printers to print more money, so it has more available paper on the market, as we can say, and then the price is gonna go down eventually, and
Yep.
with that's gonna balance itself with the algorithm, and it's gonna peg to $1 in a
Exactly.
near future.
Exactly.
And I also saw that there is when it's under $1, people can buy the bonds, and with those bonds, they gonna receive. So can you explain a little bit better how the bonds work when the price is lower than $1?
Okay. Can you hear me
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear
properly
you.
now?
Yep.
Okay. I stopped and I started sitting on a bench, so that should be better.
No problem.
So yeah, the bonds are like the exact way bonds and shares work in the market. Bonds are just a debt that is created to cover a cost, a future cost. So basically, the bonds, what they do is that whenever the price of paper is under $1, we stop printing paper because we want to deflate paper. And every time someone buys a bond, one paper is burnt. So one bond bought, one paper burnt. And you're going to ask me, why is it good for someone to buy a bond? Well, whenever the paper goes back over $1, the price of the bond, when you redeem it, it increases, yeah, and it's equal the square of the price of paper. So, for example, let's say you buy the bonds at 0.9 when paper is at 0.9, so you're going to buy the bond at the exact same price. You're going to have when paper goes back above peg, let's say it's $1.1, then the price of the bond, which is ink, because we need ink to refill the printer, is going to be 1.21, because 1.1 square is 1.21. Easy as that. So it's like a bonus
it's
you
a
get
way
for helping the
Yeah,
portfolio.
sure. It's a way for the community to make the coin stable itself. So we don't the paper print finance don't depends on something external like used to see on like the USDT, which is like the main
No.
used one.
So we have not discussed the whys. Why should we do that? There is USDC, there is USDT. Well, the problem is that these are centralized and you don't know the actual price of, say, USDT, because the consensus is that the price of USDT, for one USDT that is minted, there is supposedly $1 back in it in the treasury of the exchange.
It should be, right?
Yeah, supposedly, but actually, when you dig a bit and you do a bit of
Research.
a bit of research, you're going to find that they don't have these dollars, these dollars to back the price. So let's say you have 100 millions of USDT in circulation, just complete random number. You can the exchange can actually have not even 10% of that. So the actual, if the USDT is at $1, well, actually it's worth 10 cents.
Yeah.
So when it's too centralized to be reliable. So what we're trying to do is to bring something a bit more decentralized, which There is nothing completely decentralized, but that's just another subject. But you know the actual price of the token. We can't
Yeah,
we can't fake it.
yeah, you've been
What's displayed on the
truthful.
blockchain is the truth.
Sure.
Yeah. One thing I do want to add to that too is that as the ecosystem grows and as demand grows, so as we develop like these use cases that are going to make people need paper, the more paper there is in circulation, the stronger that we have the strongest peg in DeFi. We always make jokes about that, and you can imagine how they go. But yeah, so the more volume there is, the stronger the peg gets, and the more
stable,
locked in and stable it becomes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a game of liquidity, and what we want is that there is a burn that is happening, and every time someone sells paper, there is a bit of it that is taken and that is added to liquidity, which reinforces the protocol every time someone sells, actually. So,
but this is like a small fee charge or something.
Exactly, yeah. So, but you're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to have to pay fees. Yeah, but in a world, that's hypothetically,
we pay fee everywhere. You mean?
Yeah.
We pay for Visa cards.
No. In a world, in my ideal world, and it is more about my philosophy behind the project.
Sure.
There is no taxation. To me, taxation is theft. So basically, when you think about it, you're going to say, we apply a 5% fee. Exactly, I'm going to become 100% transparent. Every time you sell, you have to give back 5% to the protocol. Okay, well, whatever. But this fee is going to go lower over time the more we have volume, because our main objective is to have it at 0.01% if possible. But anyways, when you think about it, I don't know where you live, but where I live, or if you live in the US, for example, every time you buy something, you have the value-added tax. So that for me, that's 20% in addition to what I buy. Every time I work, my employer takes me 25% of my wage. Every time my boss pays me, the state takes some money. Yeah. Every time I'm living in a flat, I need to pay taxes on that. I'm owning a flat, I need to pay taxes on that. Every time, everything is taxed. I put gas in my car. It's like 55% where I live. Wow. 55% goes to the state. The price of gas in France is very, very high. That's so crazy. My main point is the main objective of Paprprintr is to replace on a possible scale currency as it is, and to use the fact that you can be completely anonymous on the blockchain if you want to. There are ways, and use it as a way of saying goodbye to everything that is tax related. So it's a bit of a subversive speech, but this is something really long-term thinking. So right now, this is not what we're doing, but we are more working on making it stable and making it working at all. So that was a bit more about my philosophy, but
so that's kind of our mission. Is we want to empower people so that they can control their resources in this life, but also make it convenient. So that's our other side of it, is we want to really bring it to people and bring it to the masses, and not just limit it to DeFi.
Yeah, and cool stuff. You can earn money on it. So
I could being here talking philosophical questions about economical systems like all day. I mean, it's really interesting to imagine how we can build a better society with less taxations, and that's really you guys really bringing us the answer here. So that's really interesting and really great to be here. So I maybe Mayor could show us a little bit of how can I start on this project. I think he was like showing us before. So tomorrow we have the KCC. If I want to get the hype of this new chain, what would I need to do right now?
So the easiest way is, I think I should recommend people start on Binance. Go to Binance. Most people probably have an account there. You can buy your BNB and you can transfer it out to the Binance Smart Chain. Okay, so you have to get a MetaMask wallet, which you can do if you just go to MetaMask.
You said Binance, but it can also be KuCoin too.
Yeah,
Yeah, any
you could
exchange.
any exchange. You could even go on crypto.com for Americans because you can send it out from your wallet there. But basically, you need a MetaMask wallet, and you want to download that, install it, and then you'll see it up in your browser here. I don't want to show mine because it's got everything. but you get the idea. Once you got that installed, you'll have a seed phrase. Don't lose that. You put that in a safe because if you lose it, you lose your money. The MetaMask wallet, your stuff doesn't live in there. That just accesses the blockchain for you. Your money is all on the blockchain. But yeah, so you want to get on like an exchange like Binance or KuCoin. You can buy your tokens there, and then you can send them out. The easiest way, I think, is to send it out on the Binance Smart Chain. And then once you're on the Binance Smart Chain, you can go to KCC's website,
Yep.
kcc.io. And they just released this handy dandy little, oh, they got MetaMask here too. Perfect. So you can get a lot of stuff here. They're a good resource. KCC's been very good to us, and they awarded us the grant, and they believe in us. So we want to definitely make sure we get the word out on them too. Their chain's taking off right now. But anyways, you can go to the bridge. You can choose the token you got. Let's say you got, let's see here. Let's change.
So you're bridging from
Exactly. You're bridging your funds from
one chain
one
to
place
another.
to another.
Sure.
Yep.
So so if I want to get into tomorrow, I can already do that today. So I get prepared for the release.
That's right.
Okay.
And
now,
what you want, basically, I think the easiest thing would be to sum it up, because you also need to set up your MetaMask account.
Yep.
For it to be available to use KCC, and then you want to come to our Telegram on our Discord and ask us for the instruction to do the actual buying, because it's going to be a bit more technical. But yeah, if you don't know DeFi, I encourage you to learn a bit more about it. So first of all, go to a centralized exchange such as KuCoin and Binance. Then you create your MetaMask, which
it's quite simple.
Said.
Yeah.
Yeah, MetaMask is just an add-on on your browser.
Hey, Lex, let me jump in real quick. One caveat for Americans: if you're on Binance.us, there's two different kinds of tokens. There's BEP2 and there's BEP20. BEP20 is Smart Chain. You will have to send your stuff to like a Trust wallet first. So you got to get Trust wallet on your phone or something. You will send from Binance US. You send your coins out to the BEP2 chain, and then once they're on there in Trust Wallet, you can convert that to the Smart Chain. You'll see it in Trust Wallet. Once you're on the Smart Chain, you can go to an exchange like 1inch. If you look up 1inch, then you can convert that to whatever you want, and then you can come to this bridge that's on the screen right now and send it out. Sorry, Lex, go ahead.
Yeah. So you see, it sounds a bit complicated at the beginning, but what you will want to do is just Google it. Google it. How do I add funds onto my Binance account or my KuCoin account? Step one.
One thing
how do I set up my MetaMask?
Sure. One thing I was thinking about yesterday is that how it's important for people. Of course, we are in the beginning of a new technology, which is blockchain, but how it's important to people to learn and how that information has its own value. I mean, not a lot of people knows how to do that. So if I learn how to do that, I'm gonna be like an early adopter, and with that, I'm gonna get much more rewards, because that's what the blockchain wants. They want adopters, and the little exercise we do learning, it pay offs a lot, because like we see here, there is crazy IPRs, there are crazy projects like that, they are exploding. So that's one very interesting thing to do, is to learn. And I've been learning a lot here. There is 6 different blockchains to be working with you guys. So that's gonna be a lot of learning, and it's gonna be a nice steps to take, because there are many blockchains, so the more we get used to it, the more we're gonna be able to adapt on this new technology, right? So
yeah, 100%.
It's really important, I think, for anyone who has the possibility to just even learn about DeFi, because DeFi, what it means is decentralized finance. And when you get into DeFi, you really understand that the traditional finance actually, I'm not going to say bad words, but they don't do you well. So basically, you can earn what the banks earn on you, on your savings. When you put saving in your banks, the banks, what they do is that they go on the market and play with the money. But you have the possibility to do it yourself, and if you can do it yourself, well, it's so good, because you can. It's very valuable in terms of money, but also in terms of knowledge of technology. So yeah, I cannot do anything but encourage you to learn about DeFi, and one, set up a MetaMask, send funds to it, and then play around a bit with DeFi stuff. And you can start with us.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. One thing I want to mention before we get too far along, we do have vaults on each chain. You can see that you can get investments there. So if you want to get into an investment, we got a lot of good partners that we've partnered up with that have pools and vaults here. Sorry, Scorpion, go ahead.
someone asked here on the chat, which tokens we have to stake today to buy printer tomorrow. Is it KCS?
It's going to be USDC on the
Alright.
KCC chain. So you want to get on the KCC chain, and you want to have USDC on that chain. Now,
Alright.
normally we do a pre-sale. You can see on the website right now, and for Phantom, we did a pre-sale. Normally that's how we fund that, because we got to get initial liquidity.
Okay.
But KCC, with the grant money, we were able to do a fair launch. So that's going to be amazing. It's our first fair launch. Tomorrow, when everything opens up, let me go to the main site here. Our default here, the default domain is KCC, and you can see there's a countdown timer. When this timer ends, the market opens, you can buy. That's it. That's all there is to it.
So, but right away, I can buy Paprprintr straight from the
No.
Paprprintr website. No, right?
You
No,
cannot.
you can
on Phantom.
cannot on just on Phantom, BSC, and Polygon, but not on KCC yet, because
Alright.
we didn't release the token yet. So we are releasing them tomorrow.
Yep.
And starting the end of the time, you will be able to buy.
All right, it makes sense since it's gonna be released tomorrow, so you can only start buying the KCC, the printer token on KCC tomorrow.
You got it.
Yeah, exactly. So what you want, I'm going to sum it up.
Yeah.
Send KCS to your MetaMask. Set up your MetaMask to be able to use the KCS. You just Google how to set up KCC on my MetaMask. Once you have KCS on your wallet, so just follow every steps, Google everything. Keep your a small amount of KCS, because it's like it's called gas.
All right.
And it's like gas for your car, and you can't use the blockchain without having gas. So you always need to still have a little amount of KCS. Then you can change your KCS to USDT once you want to be ready to buy printers. So you can go on a decentralized exchange, such I don't know, they are different. You just search KCC DEX or whatever. You find one, you change your KCS to USDT. Again, Google it if you don't know how to. And then when the timer is up, you can buy paper or printer when it's released.
And then the best thing to do is to buy the printers or stake it on the.
Best thing to do, yeah. What you want to do is to buy the printer,
Yeah.
and stake it in the printing room, and every 6 hours you're going to get your dividends of paper.
Yeah, which
easy as that.
which right now we don't know how much APR is gonna be, but looking at the pools from the ones we already have, it's probably gonna be incredible high, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, especially at lunch. And one thing I do want to mention is we got to go pretty soon because we have if anybody watching this wants to come, we have a live party for a pre-launch in right after this. So if you want to jump over in our Telegram, that's a good idea. But one thing I do want to mention is the price of printer on the launch is going to start at $500 US. Something you need to know about that is usually we started at about between $100 and $150 US on the other chains. This one we're starting at 500, but our max supply is usually 100,000 for printer tokens. We changed the tokenomics. Like I said, we like to innovate. We like to try things out. The max supply for KCC's printer is going to be 650 printer total. So you can imagine how many thousands of dollars the price will probably pump to very quickly. So you better, if you want to get printer like and you have it moon for you, you better get on very quick.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you want to know more,
yes,
we have our little session. Like I think it's in 10 minutes on Twitch. You can join, play games with us. We're going to play Age of Empire 4. I don't know what games I want to play Age of Empire 4, but I don't know what games the team prepared. So you can join us and get a chance to earn some printers if you, I don't know, play the game and win. So,
yeah, we're gonna have games you can play with us. Counter-Strike Go is one I'm gonna be playing. We're gonna have drinking games. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun and prizes in games to celebrate this launch with KCC and all the cool stuff we're doing right now.
All right, that's really nice. So everybody, let's keep around here because we're having a party with Paprprint. So that's to commemorate, I guess, from the KCC tomorrow. I don't want to miss the KCC tomorrow. Just one more question just for me because I want to get into KCC tomorrow too. So I want to do that investment. You said the minimum is 500. So in this case, I cannot
no.
I cannot divide the price. I cannot buy half printer. Or is it possible?
Sure.
KCC?
You can buy with even $1 if you want.
All right.
Yeah.
You're just going to buy a fraction of it.
Sure.
So one printer is $500 at the start.
All right.
But if you want to buy $50, then you're going to get 0.1 printer at the start.
Yeah, printers like
supposedly.
Printers like any other token. You can buy 0.001 printer if you wanted to. And you can stake it too.
Yeah, but I'm gonna aim for the 500. I'm gonna try to aim for the 500 because that sounds sweet. So guys, thanks a lot for inviting me for doing this AMA with you guys. I'm really glad that you. I'm getting also to know a lot about this amazing project, and thanks Lex, thanks Mayor. So I'm gonna be around here with you guys to get into this party too. So that was amazing to have you guys here. Anything else that you guys wanna implement?
Just thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time. And yeah, if you want to get into printer or the paper ecosystem, do it now because once this takes off, it's gonna be too late.
Okay, that's a good advice for in the crypto world normally. Yeah, don't get too late.
Don't get wrecked.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for everybody for participating. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot. Let's learn more about this amazing stablecoin, and it's probably gonna be the solution and the future for the world economy as a whole. So this is really something out of there is no words to describe this. This is really out of my mind.
You got more questions, you come on our Telegram or our Discord or even the Twitch live and ask them.
Yeah, we're very responsive.
Yeah.
And,
all right.
Scorpion, keep it hardcore, buddy.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you very much.